So the recipe I've been using that's been working really well for me has been using 150 grams of starter, 350 grams of warm water, 500 grams of all-purpose unbleached flour. I just use King Arthur. Some people use bread flour, and 8 grams of salt. So I'm using this bowl, even though they say use ceramic or glass. I'm not sure why I've been using this, but I do warm it up. Sometimes I'll run warm water if I'm just taking it out of the cabinet and it's cold. Put warm water on the outside and warm it up. I zero out my scale. Now my starter that I fed this morning, they say you should wait, I think, maybe 4 hours for it to level off. This has not leveled off, but I'm always doing things because I get too excited and don't always wait for the right time, but it seems to have worked out. So I'm gonna pour in 150 grams of this starter. It's amazing. It's really fun to see it come alive. One of the tests that they say that you can do to know if your starter is ready for baking is a float test. So I'll show you that too. Let's see. 150 on the dot. I'll let this sit. And so then you take 350 grams of warm water. And like I said before, I don't use filtered water or purified water. I just feel it to see if it feels not too cold, not too hot. It has to be nice and warm. And I'm gonna do 350 grams of this. Zero out my scale. And 350 grams of warm water. Okay, perfect. Now, you can see the starter, as you can tell, is floating. It's really cool. It's floating in this water. So I take it off the scale and I use this Danish whisk and whisk in the starter into the warm water so it forms like a milky color, well incorporated. I take it off the scale to stir it. You don't need to keep it on the scale to stir it. This is my Danish whisk. I'm not sure if any of this is necessary. People have just used a rubber spatula and that seems to work too. Put this back on, zero it back out, and now I need 500 grams of unbleached all-purpose flour and kind of carefully in the beginning I was scooping it very carefully. But now I'm a pro, so I just kind of pour it and know when I'm getting close, which is perfect right now. 500 grams of that, and 8 grams of salt. Which is that. I love when it just ends on a perfect number. I'm going to take it back off the scale and incorporate it well.